a strong, smooth, creamy latte.
Be your own barista at Coles Express. Award-winning Coles Urban Coffee Culture from just $1. Express yourself at Coles Express.
Suffer from muscle or mild joint pain? Try Kunzia Pain Relief Cream from Zia, an anti-inflammatory cream providing temporary pain relief using natural active ingredients. Experience the Zia difference at zia.com.au.
Sixt Car and Truck Rental has arrived in Australia. With small cars, big cars, utes, vans, cars as big as trucks. Because they are trucks. Welcome to Above and Beyonding.
NBL 1 and Ballarat Basketball wish to acknowledge the Wadawurrung people, the traditional custodians on the land on which this match will be played. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging. Welcome back to Selkirk Stadium in Ballarat, the Brickhouse, for the second half of our NBL 1 South doubleheader between the Melbourne Tigers and the Ballarat Miners. In the earlier game, the Ballarat Miners women had a strong 23-point win over the Tigers after trailing early. And in this game, it will be interesting to see whether a slightly undermanned Melbourne Tigers can pull something out here against a full strength and frankly a frightening-looking Ballarat lineup. My name's Jared Prosser, and with me again, as we were earlier, Paul Rogers. Welcome back.
Great to be here, mate. Looking forward to an exciting opener between Melbourne and Ballarat. As you said earlier, the women's team was able to deal with an early onslaught, or not an onslaught, but just a little lead that was jumped out to by the Tigers. They'll manage to get around that and then come home strong for a pretty comfortable win in the end. So
what looked like a dangerous game and early on for the Miners, for the women. They slowly clawed it back and then just exploded in that second quarter, and then late on when the game was really blown open in the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. Every time there was a push from the Tigers, Ballarat just seemed to have an answer.
Yeah.
Which was much to the likeness or the Ballarat fans obviously enjoying that. They were able to grab a hold of that and push forward. So hopefully the men's team here can make sure they go home with a 2 from 2.
Yep, perfect segue. We'll turn our attention to this match. And we've got a Tigers lineup here that is absolutely loaded with shooters. Chahal, Mason Gaze, Jack Purchase, Van Ryan, Felix Von Hoff, the Bachelor. A whole bunch of guys who love to shoot the three. And on Ballarat's side of the ball, pretty much the same. You've got a lineup that is chock full of three-point shooters. You've got Zach Dunmore off the bench. You've got even a big man like Geordie Lingard who loves to let it fly. But in that opening lineup, Adam Thosby, the big Tyler Randolph will let it go. But the big one is Ballarat's number 9 in his first pro gig, Jack Davidson, the 22-year-old. An exciting shooter.
Well, if both teams can come out and they can make some of those shots early, it'll make for a very exciting battle.
Yeah, we could be watching a very, very modern match of basketball here. No old-fashioned back-to-the-basket stuff. We could see a whole lot of deep balls flying here. So the Miners look like they're going to start with Max Cody, their new point guard, and Davidson alongside him in the backcourt. Thosby and Kazoglu flanking Tyler Rudolph in the front court. The Tigers, I would expect, would start with some combination of Mason Gage, Jack Purchase and Michael Wern. I'm not sure who they're going to put around them. We'll wait and see until... Is Andrew Gaze still talking to his players?
Is there anything that you think the Miners should be wary of coming into this game with the Melbourne Tigers lineup or with the schemes that they'll have in place?
Well, the Tigers being the Tigers, they will run shuffle. They've been running it since Moses was a boy, and they will run shuffle or some version thereof. But, it's an offense that everybody knows. As much as it is an effective offense, it is one that you can anticipate. So you'll be able to see the Tigers come out with Gaze, Purchase and Wern as expected. It's like dazzling ball handling of Taj Chahal. And Colin McDonald will fill out that starting 5, and it'll be Rudolph and McDonald in the jump. Ballarat will get things going with Max Cody. Straight away, Ballarat wanting to get Jack Davidson onto the ball. Chahal not giving him any space. Good scouting from the Tigers. Rudolph steps in. The long 2 is short. Mason Gaze the other way. Here's Wern. Exciting player. Loves to get to the hoop, Michael Wern. Here's McDonald, big body on him. Wern, catch and shoot. It's a low percentage shot. Good box out from Davidson. Ballarat will head the other way. Yeah, Tal Shahal not giving Jack Davidson an inch. He lays it in anyway. Turns the corner on the left. First points as a pro for Jack Davidson, a young man from Indiana. As he steps to the free throw line, it's probably worth mentioning, and I dare say I'll mention this a few times throughout the season, Paul, that Jack Davidson, 95 straight free throws in NCAA competition, 95 straight makes. It's an all-time record for any level of NCAA basketball. Here's Wern at the other end. Finds McDonald, good position. Oh, it's a cheap little foul on Rudolph. He doesn't like the call, but good lane by Callan McDonald.
You did say while we were off air that Jack Davidson is a magnificent shooter and he's somebody to watch, so it's going to be really exciting to see what he can bring to the Miners this season.
He will launch it often. He's got a quick release and he will launch it from practically anywhere. We won't quite say from the car park because he can't shoot through walls. Might be the only thing he can't shoot through. But he will launch it from anywhere. It's a wonderful shooter, this bloke. Here's Cody on the ball. Good close from Gaze on Davidson. All right, moving that ball around, but not really getting anywhere. Davidson launches the 3. That's down. There it is. I've seen an early example of what Davidson can do. Not much airspace there, Paul.
And much like the women's game, your predictions continue to materialise.
Except the one about me winning the lottery. Oh, There's a good pass from McDonald there. Gaze pulled his hand away expecting his Ballarat defender, Adam Thosby, to get a hand in. I don't think Thosby knew the pass was coming. 6-3, a minute and a half played. Ballarat leading early stages of the first quarter. Cody Thosby, catch and shoot, that's down. That's his game, Adam Thosby. He does not make mistakes. His feet are always beautifully set to catch and shoot that basketball. Here's Purchase, really good shooter himself. His dad Nigel, a very underrated basketballer. Mason Gaze, he will launch early and often as well. Shoots more threes than twos, generally. Davidson looks to turn that corner. Rudolph could have had that shot then, decided to keep the ball moving. Oh, Thosby wide open in the corner, and that's his spot. There we go, second three to Adam Thosby. That left corner is an absolute hot spot for Adam Thosby. Ballarat off to a fly here, 12-3. 3 3-pointers and a 3-point play. Lovely pass, goes to McDonald, he can't drop it. That's a shame, that was a really nice pick and roll. Yeah, suddenly Thosby not getting any airspace, good defense. Thosby leaves a little turnaround short, McDonald with the board. Warren kicks it ahead to Gaze, catch, shoot, off. Good effort, Chahal. Warren, no hesitation, that's short as well. Oh, we did say it in the intro, there'd be a lot of three balls flying around this game.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just about to say that your prediction of this being a very modern game with a lot of long three balls being attempted, it's proved to be exactly that.
No hesitation either. It's just you see it, if you got airspace, let it fly.
And the Miners, luckily enough, have been able to cash in on a few of those open looks and those great shooting.
Yep, and the Tigers, so far, not so much as Davidson to the free throw line. 3 of 3 from 3 for Ballarat. None of 4 for the Tigers. That is the tale of the tape so far. Ballarat making their deep shots. The Tigers unable to convert theirs. Davidson up to 7. 8 points, my apologies. He and Thosby, the only 2 scorers for Ballarat. He's got all 14 between them. His Purchase down low. Too big for Pazoglu. Easy 2 for Jack Purchase.
Realising he was outmanned there, he didn't really, not too much of a defensive attempt there.
And look, Poz, he's a leaper, he can get up, but yeah, Purchase was just too deep then. Rudolph Davidson, catch and shoot from the corner. That one's, there you go, he misses a 3. Gaze, good pass. Purchase, catch, shoot. Oh, that's one Jack Purchase want back. He's a good, really good catch and shoot player, Jack Purchase. Davidson to the hoop. Maybe some contact in there, doesn't matter. Lays it in. He's already into double figures.
He's off to a great start and an exciting start.
Yeah.
Definitely not failing to deliver on that hype that's surrounding him.
Yeah, there's as you said, a lot of hype, a lot of talk about him. Oh, lovely. That was a perfectly structured play. Good pass from Davidson to Gaze. But that was all about the screens off ball for Mason Gaze then. Here's Cody. Not a threat to shoot, but a wonderful playmaker. Davidson looking to turn that corner again. Can't do so. It's good defense from McDonald. Shot clock down to 5. Cody just doesn't want to shoot the ball. Has to do it there. And sometimes it goes your way.
With shots like that, I think you should take a few more.
Yeah, I don't think that was what Miners coach Luke Sunderland drew up.
Probably not with an expiring shot clock.
No. Purchase, good pull up, that's down. Finding his rhythm now, Jack Purchase. 18-9. Miners lead by 9. 5 minutes played in the first quarter here at Selkirk Stadium in the NBL 1 South. Rudolph sets the pick. Thosby up, under, can't hit it. Wern with the rebound, sends the Tigers the other way. Gaze, it was wide open. Pazoglu stepped at him. Lovely touch, Mason Gaze. First bucket, or second bucket of the evening for him. Cody taking his time getting that ball up the floor. The point guard has Michael Wern on him. Rudolph. Oh, might have got a hit there, but either way should have made that layup, and he knows it. McDonald, good little off-ball screen there. Gaze finds Wern. Pizoglu cleans up. And the speedy Pizoglu finds Davidson. Oh, he got the fake up on Taj Chahal, but he stepped out of bounds as we get a few subs into the game. Jake Lloyd, his first minutes as a minor, stepping in for Max Cody.
Bit of a lucky break there, I think, for the Tigers with the way Davidson's been shooting the ball to catch that line, the heel, catch his heel on the line.
So Kellen McDonald out for Melbourne, and the bachelor, Felix von Hoff, in for his first minutes. Speaking of threes, he's another one who won't be afraid to let it fly as Gaze finds Wern on a gorgeous backdoor cut. Ballarat have had that hot start, but the Tigers have pulled it back, 18-13. Mosby takes the Rudolph screen. Tyler Rudolph steps in, that's short, that's well short. Well short. .3:15 to play. Chahal, occasional male model in his spare time. Taj Chahal, a handsome young man. Pulls up over Davidson, it's short. Good reach from Rudolph to corral that board. Lloyd, he's got a mismatch here on Chahal. Davidson thinks he's got a speed mismatch here on Gaze as well. And the Tigers switch it out. Pizoglu, Jake Lloyd wide open in the corner. Can't hit the three, Chahal the other way. Good transition from the Miners. Here's Von Hoff, guarded closely. You have to guard his jump shot. You have to guard Purchases too, but no good on that occasion. Supposed to be a good sky for that rebound. Davidson finds Rudolph. Kick out Pizoglu at the top. Catch and shoot three. He was hitting those in the shoot around earlier. Leaves that one short though. Purchase again, launches another three. That looks short all the way. Flat off the hand, that one. Davidson, he'll step up from a long way out. No good. Lloyd does well. Lloyd does really well there. Thoseby hits his third three of the period, but credit to Jake Lloyd. In the middle of two Melbourne Tigers, knocked that ball straight out to Thoseby. He didn't even need to move.
Three balls seeming to have gone a little quiet for the Ballarat team there for a little bit. That last one just sort of getting them back on track. Those three balls not being made were allowing Melbourne to claw back a little bit on that lead. So.
And the 5 straight misses from beyond the arc for Ballarat. Davidson burns Chahal. Gets around Gaze as well, but Mason Gaze in the end does enough to force Davidson to the kick out. It's Davidson all the way to the hoop. Misses the layup. Yeah, he wants that one back. Chahal pulls up. Can't drain the three. Very good getting to the basket, Taj Chahal, but he's not the most automatic shooter. There's Pizoglu. He'll want to get into the middle of that key, wreak some havoc. Big body, Nick Pizoglu. Oh, here we go. There's good work from Chahal to catch up there. Lloyd over the smaller man, drops it in. Easy for Jake Lloyd. He's got a good probably 5 inches, I reckon, on Taj Chahal. 35 seconds left. It's a 10-point lead for Ballarat. 23-13. There you go, that shuffle action again. Von Hoff tries to spin Lloyd. I was about to say good defense, but the push has been called. Jake Lloyd picks up his first foul. Mason Gaze takes a seat.
Jordan Lingard, Dunmore coming.
Remo Savinkevicius steps in for Ballarat. Davidson and Rudolph out for Ballarat, and Lingard and Zach Dunmore in for their first minutes. It's a good switch there. Purchase, he'll have some height over Dunmore, who does well to contest. Really good D, Zach Dunmore. Last 10 seconds, Pozoglu faces Wern. Wern gambles for the steal. Almost picked it off. Pozoglu and gets to the basket. Yep, just about had his arm dislocated there. The call came eventually.
With the clock running out, I guess he decided it was time to make that move, and obviously rewarded with an aggressive move to the basket.
And that's Pozoglu's game. While he can hit the three, he's not a noted three-point shooter, but he's built like a panzer. Quite frankly, Nick Pozoglu, he's an absolute tank of a man. Super athletic, really good first step. He just gets to the hole. Like, if he gets that first step past you, you cannot knock him off. You have to foul him. It's Pozoglu's first point. Drops both free throws. 3 seconds left. Chahal will have to launch. Goes to Purchase. Three-quarter court shot. Is not too bad, to be frank, but that will do it for the first quarter of action here in the men's half of our NBL 1 South doubleheader. Ballarat Miners lead the Melbourne Tigers 25-13 off the back of a three-point shooting barrage. We mentioned at the start of this game, Paul Rogers, both teams would let it fly. Ballarat 4 for 9, the Tigers, it's not pretty. None for 11 from deep.
Yeah, that's right. Ballarat jumping out. I think it was the first 3 or 4 three-point attempts that they made went in, and we thought it was going to be a shootout from there. Unfortunately, Melbourne not being able to answer that three-point barrage that they experienced early, going 0 from 11. Ballarat having a little bit of a lull there, missing a few, but then obviously towards the end of the quarter there, managing to get a couple more to go in, and I think that's played a significant role in where the scores are at the moment.
Yeah, Ballarat hit their first 3 three-pointers before going none for 5 before Adam Thosby hit his third three-pointer of the quarter. So at the moment, the combination of Davidson and Thosby by themselves lead the Tigers by 6. And Davidson, interestingly, a little 6'1" waif of a point guard, already has 4 rebounds, but that does happen when you shoot a lot of threes. There's a lot of long rebounds. The guards have got to be awake to corral that long board and get the ball going the other way.
Yes, and as well as the good thing about Davidson, as well as being a good jump shooter, a good long shooter, he also has the agility and the speed to be able to get the ball to the basket.
He exploits the fact that the defense have to close him really, really well. Turns the corner nicely. And his first basket was Taj Chahal playing really tightly on his hip and turned him inside and managed to get the three-point play out of it.
So if you're down there on the Melbourne Tigers bench, what are you telling the players to come out and do to try and curb this aggression and I guess this shooting form that Ballarat's got at the moment?
Well, ultimately, it's almost a perfect example of a make or miss league, isn't it? The Tigers none for 11 off 3. Take out Purchase's long-range buzzer beater, none for 10. But how many of those 10 have been, really egregiously bad shots?
Yeah.
I'd argue 1 at the most.
Yeah, that's look at the stats we've got here in front. It's a pretty even shooting game, like you said. But being a make and miss league, if they're not going in, you look terrible. If they're going in, you look like geniuses.
Yeah, I think the Tigers have gotten good shots. They just haven't put them down. Ball back into the lineup, number 20 for Melbourne. Here he is, very, very athletic man, ball back. Only about 6'3", 6'4", but gets up. On half, drives on Lingard. Unlucky. But again, it's a makeable shot that misses. Here's Cody Chahal facing him, the 2 number 1s. Lingard rolls to the bucket. Here's Dunmore. Looked for the little Tyler Rudolph roll, wasn't there. As it is, I think Bolback probably had that covered. It was good D.
Nick coming on for Tyler Rudolph.
With Melbourne going to a smaller lineup, Ballarat do the same. Geordie Lingard, the only genuine big on the floor now, number 24. There he is against Jack Purchase, who towers over him, quite frankly. There's Chahal. Turns the corner really well. Back in the corner. Can't make it. Good board, Pozoglu. Goes past Saminkevicius. 2 hands to catch that one, Zach Dunmore. It was a good pass from Pozoglu.
Yeah, great rebound up at the other end too that led into that play. Unfortunately, not being able to capitalise on it.
We'll see that a lot. He's a really good in-traffic rebounder, Pozoglu. Uses that, the springs in his heels and those big shoulders of his. Purchase, that's a pretty move. Such a good player, Jack Purchase. That was a lovely move. Here's Lloyd. And out to Cody. Oh, great pass, Max Cody. Hits Jack Lloyd for the easy two. A lovely look from Cody.
Two defenders on him. Found the man coming into the basket for an easy pass and layup.
It's good D from Dunmore again. It's really improved in the last year or two on that side of the ball. Zach Dunmore. He came in as a shooter back in 2019 and has developed as a scorer as he's gotten more physically mature, but his defence, particularly on ball, has improved out of sight in the last 12 months or so. Shot clock at 7. Ballarat with a 12-point lead. Purchase, just a tough shot. It's well defended from Lingard. Cody cleans up, sends Lloyd on his way. Dunmore just does a little bit to... Oh, wow. Dunmore hit the floor hard. Von Hoff hit it harder. That was a lovely move from Dunmore. Good little fake to freeze up ball back as well.
Spectacular play there, unfortunately. Not going in the basket, but by all means definitely got the attention of the crowd here at Selkirk Stadium.
Yeah. Von Hoff looks like he's all right. Here he is on the ball. Jahal, Melbourne keep moving that ball, but are not really getting anything generated from it. That said, Von Hoff, good strong drive. Can't finish though. Cody. Oh, Lloyd had all day to shoot that. Probably should have just put it up rather than looking at his feet. Shahar won't hesitate. It's good cover from Pazoglu in the end. Probably did enough just to put him off. Pazoglu to the bucket. Almost kills some people in the crowd. And he'll go to the line for two.
Nice move there, just a little bit too much heat on the ball off the glass. Yeah. Wasn't able to get it to drop, but trying to curb that speed that he approached the rim with is going to be difficult in anybody's shoes.
Oh, there's a lot of velocity when Pazoglu gets ahead of steam up. The big centres into the game, young and old, Amos Brooks for Ballarat and Simon Bradbury for the Tigers. Still amazes me that Simon Bradbury's still only 33. It feels like he's been playing for 20 years. He's been around forever. I always feel like he's a lot older than what he is. Assuming that Brooks will match up on him, it'll be an interesting matchup because Bradbury can stretch the floor. Good rebound, Stanikevicius. Von Hoff, you have to step to him. Missed that one. Good rebound by Cody. Against the more athletic Wern. Brooks swings it out to Dunmore. Spin move for Dunmore. Good defense, Bradbury. Really good cover from the veteran. Wern wide open, has to shoot that. And does, but it's short. But again, just ice cold, the Tigers. None for 15 now from deep.
Yeah, that inability to convert for them from behind the arc is really impacting them on the scoreboard.
Absolutely. Bradbury there just too big. 7'1" he is. It's good defense and good rebounds. Tigers desperately looking for some offense. They trailed 29-15. Sieminkevicius fouled by Dunmore. He's not happy with the call, but it looked pretty obvious that was a foul to me. Hands went straight to the head by Zach Dunmore, but certainly took a swipe at Sieminkevicius as he drove left. We'll take a seat. Jake Lloyd, likewise.
Burgers already, but let's make him miss those free throws.
Thosby and Jake Davidson back into the lineup for the Miners. Sieminkevicius drops the first. And the second, no problems there. 5:55 to play in the first half. 12-point basketball game. Here's Cody. Takes the screen from Brooks. Cody just... that is perfect point guard play from Max Cody. Accelerated, decelerated,
drew the
poked and pros,
and found the open man.
And just froze Bradbury. As soon as he drew Bradbury out, found Brooks for the easy two. That's just gorgeous point guard play. Simonkiewicz just drives by Thosby. Lovely finish on the left. Really nice play. The margin still at 12 points. Cody again, just... look at that. Too easy. Too easy.
That's Cody.
Cody again, he's just takes what the defence gives him as Andrew Gaze calls a timeout, wants to talk it over with his Melbourne Tigers. As Ballarat lead 33-15 halfway through the second quarter here at Selkirk Stadium. The story of the game so far, Paul, it's been the shooting. Ballarat are down, Melbourne, my apologies, are down to 28%, 8 for 29, but none for 15 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, that's the thing that really jumps out and hits you in the face. You look at the Tigers, they've actually had 2 more field goal attempts with 29 versus 27, but like you said, when Ballarat's shooting at 44% versus 28%, there's no way that you can be in a ball game when you're shooting as that poor.
No, exactly. And look, Ballarat are dominating on the boards as well, but you could quite easily explain that by the fact that the Tigers, simply by virtue of the fact that they're missing shots, are giving Ballarat more opportunities to rebound. There's only been 4 offensive rebounds all game, so it's, my goodness. I mean, it's... The one positive for Melbourne is that they are getting the right looks, and of their 8 made field goals, 4 of them are assisted, so their system is working. They just can't put the ball in the hole.
Yeah, look, and as we know, being around this game long enough, you have those nights where no matter what you do, you can't get that ball in the ring.
Exactly.
So, but like I said, there's 5 minutes to go in the first half here. There's plenty of time for Melbourne to turn this around, and if those balls start to go in and Ballarat falls off a little bit, there's definitely more than enough time for Melbourne to make a contest of this game.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Defense, Ballarat.
Press well broken by the Tigers. Comfortable. There's those cross screens that are a signature of the shuffle. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is like the definition of the shuffle offense. Lots of cross screens, backdoor cuts. Bradbury to Wern, easy bucket. That's about the 3rd, maybe 4th time of those backdoor cuts have generated points for Melbourne. Cody wanted Randolph. There's Randolph's first bucket as a Ballarat minor. Tyler Rudolph on the board.
Ballarat's finish around the basket just seeming that little bit more polished than the Tigers with those balls managing to go in.
Von Hoff pull up from the elbow. Barely caught the net, let alone iron. That's a shooter of his calibre. That's almost shocking. Here's Davidson. Gaze guarding him. Davidson lets Rudolph know where he wants his pick. Rudolph size advantage on Mason Gaze now. Shoots the turnaround. That was well short. Ian probably could have done more there as Gaze. Oh, just the seats parted.
Well, he just managed to navigate his way through 3 minors for an easy layup.
And they just sort of ran away from him in the end. That was bizarre. Here's Davidson. Goes around the slower Bradbury. Pulls up. Sweet shot from the elbow. It's just effortless, that shot. It's a little flick.
Over the much larger defender, made it look easy.
Yep. Whole bunch of handoffs in this one. We're triple teamed inside. Von Hoff catch and shoot. Short again.
Another miss from 3.
A good drive in the end from Von Hoff. Draws the foul out of Amos Brooks. I don't know, as Felix might need to do a bit of digging on this, but maybe Felix just hasn't had the pre-season. All of these shots seem to be falling short, which is a sure sign that your legs aren't there. So I don't know whether he's been injured or anything like that. There's been nothing that I'm aware of with him. I'm sure there'll be Tigers fans out there who will let us know, so get in amongst the conversation on Twitter and all the various socials, the hashtag NBL1. 2 for 2 there for Von Hoff. .250 to play, 12-point game. Rudolph. Oh, Rudolph.
Spectacular play.
Lost it on the catch, adjusted his body beautifully. Oh, Purchase, yeah, too easy that. Again, Ballarat just opened the door for him. Showed baseline, he went there and laid it in. Here's Cody. Oh, good low look pass. Oh, well done, Mason Gaze. Read Fazoglu's intention. Fazoglu got back, but fouled him on the way up there. Great D, Mason Gaze. Gambled to leave Davidson. Kept a hand in the lane. Got the reward.
With his first.
Good foul by Fazoglu, though. Obviously, what you don't want to do is give him the opportunity to get a clean shot off.
No, exactly. Make
that foul. Yeah, exactly.
Make him earn him.
Yeah, he's making the first.
So Koshak checked into the game, number 14, former Werribee Devil Junior. Oh, Davidson. Oh, well done. Luke Sunderland wants to bring his team in. Then consolidate, get themselves back on track. A minute 48 to play, 8-point game. Davidson still leading all scorers. Explosive in the first quarter, 12 points overall, but it's been much quieter since he's come back in this second. And Jack Purchase with 8 for Melbourne Tigers.
The Tigers' field goal percentage having jumped up a little bit in this last quarter, being back down at around about 28%, I believe it was. So we're now up to 34, still quite a way behind the 47 from Ballarat. But it just shows that if you can make those shots and manage to hold off your opposition, that being a game of runs, you're always in it.
I have been impressed with the Tigers' adjustments on defence this quarter, Paul. Ballarat shot 4 of 9 from 3 in that first quarter. They've only gotten 1 3-pointer up in this second quarter, and that one was an under pressure one.
Well, when you're shooting them like Ballarat was early in the game, the defence of Melbourne can't afford to give them any room.
No.
So they're going to make those adjustments. They're going to push out, make Ballarat try and get the ball in. I think that the big thing will be here is if Melbourne can start to make a few of those long balls drop, that it's going to keep...
It could turn this game.
Exactly. Ballarat's going to have to be on their toes. They're going to have to keep their defence up and make sure that those shots, if they are taken, that they're contested.
A reminder, Melbourne none for 16 to this point. We've played a little over 18 minutes of basketball, so they're getting them up at a rate of pretty much 1 for every 1.5 possessions.
I can't think of any basketball game that at any level that I've watched in the last 10 years that has not had a 3-point shot scored by both teams in half of the game.
Yeah, this is almost like that famous Houston meltdown a few years ago against Golden State. As Tyler Rudolph lays it in. There's those back cuts again. They really are causing Ballarat issues with those back cuts. Nice scoop by Gaze. Finished with the left hand.
Lucky roll over the top of the rim.
Jack Davidson decides he wants to get off the ball. There's Rudolph again. Double teamed. Where's the open player? Fazoglu drives. Rumbles to the basket. Can't finish though. Chahal will send Melbourne the other way. Inside a minute to play in the first half. Owen takes the Koshak screen. Could have had the shot there, but Chahal for the three.
And with 40 seconds to go, we see our first 3-point shot.
How much are we talking into existence today for?
What's that about the lottery?
It still hasn't happened. Here's Lloyd.
That 3-point made, bringing it back to a 5-point game.
Shot clock in single figures. Thosby, good finish. He is just a mistake-free player, Adam Thosby. Doesn't do anything spectacular, but just does everything really, really well. He's a very underrated signing for the Miners for season 2023. Guys, good defense from Rudolph. And that will do us for the first half of this contest. After Ballarat led by as much as 14 points, the Melbourne Tigers dragged it back to 7 for the long break, 43-36. Jack Davidson 12 points, lead all scorers Jack Purchase with 8, and he started to find his rhythm before he went to the bench midway through that second quarter. He really got the Tigers back into this game. Ultimately though, it's some good defensive work from Melbourne adjusting to Ballarat threes has compensated for the fact that the Tigers themselves just can't hit one.
Yeah, we did see, as you said, Ballarat get out to a good lead initially, and obviously that was a big contributor. That was Davidson with some very sharp shooting.
And Thosby.
Yeah, but as you say, those adjustments that were made by Melbourne really did start to put the pressure on those shooters out wide, and more importantly, Melbourne started to make some shots, and that's working towards getting them back into this game, which at this point, with at half-time, a 7-point lead, they would definitely take that after the start of the game they had.
Yeah, absolutely. The Tigers could have been out of this. They've come back into it, 43-36. It's a 7-point margin as we hit half-time. For Paul Rogers, I'm Jared Prosser. We will be back with you in around 10 minutes' time. Welcome back to Selkirk Stadium in Ballarat for the second half of this men's NBL 1 South matchup between the Ballarat Miners and the Melbourne Tigers. My name's Jared Prosser. I'm here again with Paul Rogers. And Paul, we've lost our live stats.
That means I'll have nothing to add because I'm relying this completely on all of my knowledge tonight.
So we're going to be able to call the action, but we're not going to be able to tell you who has actually done what historically. So you'll have to bear with us whilst the NBL 1 various websites and commentator interfaces catch up with us here. But what we can tell you is that it is a 43-36 Ballarat Miners lead over the Tigers, and that after a hot start, 4 for 9, at one stage 3 for 3 from deep for the Miners, they only put up one unsuccessful three-pointer in that second quarter. By contrast, the Tigers, until Taj Chahal hit a late three, they were none for 15, 1 for 16 overall from deep. And that really has been the tale of the tape. Ballarat hitting their outside shots, the Tigers getting a series of good shots, Paul. Practically every time down the floor they're getting a good shot, but they just can't put the thing in the hole.
Yeah, as we know, that will definitely change. You can see these guys are too great at basketballers for that to continue for the rest of this game. Some great adjustments are being made by the Tigers as well, which has seen them keep their claws into this game.
And we see Davidson on the ball. Wants to pull up over purchase. Oh, and this is one he probably should have made. Thoseby, had the three. Almost had it a second time. Shoots it short on the third. So Melbourne stand tall on their first defensive possession of the quarter. Here's one. Haven't really seen him get off so far. He won't start there either. Leaves that three short over Davidson. Bazoglu with the board. Bazoglu, for the second time, Bazoglu almost cleans up the crowd. Couldn't make that three stick. And it's Bazoglu's man, Callum McDonald, who scores down the other end off a nice lead pass.
A great no-look pass from, I'm going to see if I can get this right, Simon
Kevicius.
There we go.
Good Lithuanian name. There's Thoseby. It's his fourth three of the contest. Of course, we can't tell you how many points he's up to. Oh, good rebound by Cody. Sends Ballarat the other way. Consummate point guard. Thoseby exploits his earlier three-pointers there to get past Gaze. Tyler Rudolph, hard-working offensive board. That's just hustle.
Great hustle, rewarded with a basket.
And then he hustles down the other end to get back on Callum McDonald, who leaked out as well. Good work by the big American. McDonald will step out. Can't hit the three. Well, Thoseby and Davidson fight amongst themselves, almost lose it. 10-point game. Oh, great pass. Bazoglu to Cody. Finishes with a left. So he wanted the foul.
And some English on that ball to get it off the glass.
Yeah, put a bit of English on that one. A lovely finish from Cody. Yeah, he's telling his teammates about it as he goes to the bench too. An early Tigers timeout. Andrew Gaze clearly not happy with what he's seen. The first 5 points of this quarter go to the team in navy blue, and they lead 50-38. Adam Thoseby with that three, now the leading scorer in the game with 14 points. Jack Davidson with 12, Purchase and Gaze with 10 apiece for the Tigers. Those four are the only ones in double figures to this stage.
And a very animated Gaze senior over there on the Melbourne Tigers bench, clearly not happy with what he's seen at the start of this third quarter.
And look, Drury is someone who doesn't mind letting his emotions show. Even going back to his playing days, there is the famous Gaze face whenever there's a foul committed that he doesn't think is there, where the eyes almost pop out of his head. The mouth forms a perfect O. It's become legendary over the past, 30-35 years of Australian ball.
And now frequently repeated on just about every junior kids basketball match that we watch these days.
Thanks, Drury. A few years ago when Andrew Gaze was the Sydney Kings coach, I had the opportunity to sit on the Kings bench and observe the master at work. And suffice to say, one of my kids wanted to sit with me, and I said no. And I'm glad he didn't, because I would have taught him some words that I didn't want my son knowing. Doesn't mind letting the emotions flow, does Andrew Gaze. As Purchase kisses it off the glass nicely. Still no stats up here for us in the commentary position. Cody for Ballarat, 10-point lead. A travel called there. Almost 3 minutes played in the third quarter. The Tigers trailing by 10. Purchase, Pozoglu on him, no surprise there. Chahal. Cody fights around the screen. Purchase. Big three.
Melbourne Tigers only their second 3-point made for the game. If my statistics were to tell me whether that's true or not.
Yeah, I think you would be right there, Paul. Again, we have no out-and-out proof. Chahal chasing Davidson around the perimeter. As Davidson slipped on the Central Highlands Water decal there. Ended up turning the ball over, a little unfortunate. A little American.
Referee's calling for the towel boy to get out there and wipe up some moisture, obviously from a very sweaty body that just fell down on the ground.
It'll help a little bit, but it won't stop a slippery decal, I can tell you that.
I did notice before there when Max Cody had that travel called on him, him and Drury having a few words backwards and forwards. Obviously Cody not happy with the call, and something makes me think that Drury wasn't reinforcing that it wasn't a travel and he got a bad call.
Look, Andrew Gaze doesn't mind talking. Back as a player he did, certainly as a coach, and Max Cody won't back down either. Can run with a fast mouth himself. Purchase, good defense, Pozoglu. Really good defense, Pozoglu. Purchase wanted the foul on the way up, but referee was right on the scene, literally a couple of feet from the pair, and called it clean. Again, Ballarat sticking close to their marks here. Good screen for McDonald. We're in no look at a Mason Gaze. Mid-range pull-up on the base is no good. Pozoglu skies to the board. Thosby gets to the bucket. Can't finish, but draws the foul on Gaze. He wanted the push-off, but I don't think he's got too much to complain about there. The arm looked like it stayed pretty close to Thosby's body.
Great strong move there too with the bigger Purchase having the body advantage.
Absolutely. Sweet shooting Adam Thosby. Born in Melbourne but grew up in Great Britain, represents Great Britain internationally. A 9-point game, 4 minutes played in the third quarter. Purchase on Pozoglu. Oh, well followed by McDonald. Tyler Rudolph had to come across and contest that shot. His man zipped in for the rebound behind him. Good, aware offensive play. Warren tries to sell the moving screen that wasn't there. Thosby can't hit. Pozoglu skies for the board. That's good D from Warren. And good help from Taj Chahal there as well. Warren's ran long. Oh, Purchase. He had Chahal open. Just the lead pass was too hot.
No look past their attempt, and I think unfortunately may have misjudged the speed of his target and out of bounds, which results in a turnover and Ballarat ball.
That's right. Chahal's pretty quick too, so to get it ahead of his run, you've got to throw it a long way ahead. Tigers' intensity, defensive intensity has picked up impressively so far in this quarter. Oh, nobody rotated out. Chahal can't hit. Well done, Pozoglu. finds Rudolph leaking out. Easy two. Good vision for Zoglu to hit Tyler Rudolph there. Pozzoglu, quick hands, here we go. Easy dunk for Poz.
Started that play and finished it.
Yep. Pozzoglu's all NBL level defense, or NBL 1 level defense anyway. Starting to come to the floor. Oh, Purchase.
3+1.
Yep. Bought the contact there. Did Jack Purchase. That's a good answer. Potential 4-point play here. As we see a couple of changes for the Tigers. Koshak and Von Hoff checking in. Chahal and McDonald, they'll take a seat.
The potential here to pull this game back to within 7 points.
Yeah. It was a good start to the quarter from the Miners, but again the Tigers have just slowly clawed them back.
A little similar to the game we saw earlier tonight, Jared, where we did see the Ballarat team get out, and we saw a couple of times that the Tigers did push, so sort of replicating itself here in the second game of tonight.
Even in the first half as well, Ballarat pushed out to that 14-15 point lead before Melbourne found their rhythm late in the second term. Well, Davidson thought about that three, decided against it. Rudolph, he's much bigger than Koshak, lays it in.
And just again, Cody finding the right man in the right place.
Yeah. He's an old-fashioned point guard. Not worried about scoring, just worried about how the other four guys on the floor get along. There's Pozzoglu again. That might have come off Purchase. Doesn't matter, he saves it. Davidson launches the three, knowing he's got rebounders underneath. Pozzoglu knocks it out. Oh! The Tigers have a point there. Pozzoglu knocked that out of Michael Wern's hands. And justice prevails.
The referee on the sideline on the opposite side of the court correcting the guy on the baseline who unfortunately didn't have probably the best view of it.
And we saw our first Andrew Gay's face. He wasn't happy, with reason, to be fair. It was clearly a Melbourne ball. A 9-point game, 3:33 to play. There's that backdoor cut again. Gaze did well to get it out to Von Hoff in the end. But those backdoor cuts coming off this shuffle.
We definitely have seen a few of them tonight, and to Melbourne's credit, they have been able to cash in on quite a few of them.
Yep, they're just causing all sorts of issues here for the Miners. There's the ponytail, Koshak. Shot clock down to 7. Jack Purchase on Lloyd. Cross-court pass, is a beautiful pass. Gaze can't hit. And Melbourne, my apologies, up to about 2 from 3 million from 3. Pozzoglu drives, can't hit. Rudolph, hard work inside. Gets fouled. Purchase doesn't like it, but he may have got a fair bit of ball, but there was a bit of hand in that one too. But hard work from Tyler Rudolph there, in amongst a whole pack of Tigers. Drops the first, pushes that lead back out to 10. Margin that it seems to be hanging around that sort of 8 to 12 point range for most of this quarter.
And again, some very good foul shooting from Ballarat, I think, without the statistics in front of us, as Jared mentioned earlier, but I do believe that Ballarat must be shooting somewhere around about probably the 90% mark.
I can't recall a miss. Von Hoff learn. Good work. Again, all those whirring cuts that are a staple of the shuffle are just opening up the Miners again and again. Rudolph likes this matchup on Koshak. He feels like he's bigger than him. Good hands on Hoff. Warren was thinking about the hit-ahead pass. Pozzoglu had it covered. Oh, nice screen, Bo Koshak? No. Not a nice screen, Bo Koshak. Probably wasn't quite square, but I felt like he had his feet set Probably count himself just a little bit unlucky there, Koshak, without seeing the replay. I felt like he had a reasonable screen set there. Look, there's Randolph. Siminkevic is just not big enough. Just not big enough. Tyler Rudolph up to 16 points. A really quiet 16 points, if I'm honest. Purchase, catch, shoot. Doesn't go in. That'll be Ballarat ball. The Ballarat crowd chanting, "We want Riley," for big bench centre Riley Dunn, the 17-year-old. Max Cody shoots the three. She's almost gets a friendly roll there. It's a good outlet from Von Hoff. Sends Wern away. Siminkevic just had the opportunity to shoot that, chose not to. In the end, Rudolph fouls Koshak inside. And Bo Koshak will head to the line.
Purchase from outside that three-point line again with that no-look pass. It seems to be a favourite, and he's finding his man right under the basket.
Yeah, I got to admit, the Tigers have played really good offense tonight. They just have not been able to hit shots. And if they do happen to get, not even hot, but if they happen to get back to, back to the equilibrium, back to their level, then this game could be a lot closer than what it currently is. Oh, was that? No, I think, we've got a late whistle there on the call. Siminkevic just picks up the foul. Seemed a pretty clear one.
I think the Tigers just getting back to below average in terms of their outside shooting. Would probably see them in a better position.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, it's been an appalling shooting performance, and it's a shame because they played every other aspect of this game really well. Oh, Cody burns Chahal. Finds Lloyd, and a little bit of a signal to the bench there from to the Tigers bench from Max Cody. Does not mind getting amongst it. Does the Ballarat point guard.
The thing you have to do is that you must acknowledge about the Tigers.
Here we go. Drives and run off. What is that? That's an awful pass. Sorry, Paul, go ahead.
That's all right. I was halfway through something, and then a minor steal sort of put to an end. But yeah, I was just about to say that you've got to give the Tigers credit that with that outside shot not falling down, they haven't just keep pushing the issue, which in some instances you will see. Yeah. They've just realised, you know what, it's not happening tonight. Let's just concentrate on getting the ball inside.
And they would be well within their right because they've been taking good threes. Great pass to Von Hoff from Purchase.
And there's that backdoor cut again.
It's not like the Tigers have been taking horrible shots. They've been taking good open threes. They just haven't been able to hit them. Oh, backdoor cut there from Cody. Dunmore pulls up. It's no good, in and out.
Close to a foul there on Pizoglu actually receiving a shove in the back. Unfortunately not getting the call.
Purchase is good D from Tyler Rudolph. Really good D from Tyler Rudolph. Launches from a mile out. It's no good, but that does it for this third quarter here. 66-54, Ballarat lead by 12 with 1 quarter to play. Usually at these quarter breaks, Paul, we'd be running all of the people at home through various stats. We don't have anything on our screens in front of us here, so all we can do is go by the stadium scoreboard, which shows us that Tyler Rudolph has 18 points. Adam Thosby 16, and he's got 4 threes in amongst that. Jack Davidson was red hot early, but hasn't scored. I think he's only scored 2 points since the first quarter. He's got 12. Jack Purchase leading all comers with 19 for Melbourne. The only other player in double figures for the Tigers is Mason Gaze. The number 10 has 10 points. There's nobody in any sort of foul trouble coming into the last, which is always a nice sign for the spectacle of the game, for the competitiveness of the game. Nobody has more than 2 fouls on either side. A 12-point game. Paul Rogers, what are you looking for in this last quarter? Is there something that the Tigers can do to get back into it, or is there something you're looking for, an adjustment from Ballarat?
It's, like I said, I did think that where there would be some ground to make up for Melbourne would be in that three-point shot, but the fact that they seem to have basically given it away in that third quarter there, I'm not sure what they're able to pull out of the bag to claw back this 12-point lead. So if your three ball is sinking, you do have the ability to get the 1 to 2 extra points as you go backwards and forwards and try to claw your way back. Get a stop, hit a three. You do have that 5-point turnaround. But unfortunately, without that, I think it's really going to take the Miners packing everything in and just completely mailing it in for Melbourne to come back and have a shot at this.
Yeah, it would take a pretty, not necessarily a monstrous collapse from Ballarat, but a 12-point lead, you would feel reasonably comfortable with a side of Ballarat's quality as well. So Ballarat coming out with Davidson, Thosby, Lloyd, Amos Brooks and Nick Pizoglu to purchase Chahal, Simon Kevish, Von Hoff and Callum McDonald for the Tigers as we get underway in the final quarter. Von Hoff burns Lloyd, but good cover from Thosby, and Von Hoff just throws it away. It's a poor pass.
Not happy there, feeling that he was fouled.
Yeah,
Potentially has an argument, but
I didn't think there was too much in that one. I feel like Felix sort of fell creating the angle for the pass and ended up just effectively butchering the pass, really.
But I am yet to see a referee ever change their mind based on a player complaint. So
Nope, probably will never happen. Davidson was thinking about that three again, but passed it off. Thosby and Siminkevicius, good D from the Tigers swingman. Knocks it away from Thosby and Pizoglu ushers it out of bounds. Here's Chahal.
Defense.
Purchase. Pizoglu's got that reach around on Jack Purchase probably 3 times now. Good pass, Chahal. Yeah, Amos Brooks had to foul. Good foul, didn't let McDonald get the shot up. Makes him earn him from the line. It's a lovely play from Chahal though.
But yeah, just going back, you did see that is probably the second or third time tonight that Pizoglu has had that reach around the back as the dribbler has gone past him to manage to knock that ball loose. Unfortunately, this time not to the Miners' advantage, but it does get that break in the offensive play and does put a bit of shot clock pressure on it.
So I'm not sure whether that's something that was scouted by the Miners, because I haven't seen too many of those sort of reach around defensive efforts against any other Melbourne Tiger, frankly. Well, Thosby almost loses it. Big Amos Brooks decides to take McDonald off the dribble. Amos Brooks gives it the too small as well. The big fella with the quarterback keep.
Van Hoff visibly frustrated with that, feeling that he had his feet set. That could have potentially been an offensive foul.
Yeah, I don't know whether he's in the charge circle or not, and then Brooks draws the foul out of McDonald. He just has these moments, Amos Brooks. Just has these little moments of impact in the game. Wonderful hands.
Van Hoff still
Van Hoff still talking about it. As is his coach. Look at where Chahal is guarding Jack Davidson there. Oh, he's fallen for the fake though. Davidson can't hit good. Rebound Von Hoff over Brooks. Davidson wanted the foul at the other end then. Oh, Siminkevicius. Easy too. Oh. Thosby doesn't think he got him, but he's a pretty softly spoken man, Adam Thosby. He won't complain too much, even though he doesn't like the call.
That is one of those cases, though, that if you are coming in that close and there is the potential of contact, you need to make sure that ball does not go in.
Well, that's exactly it. You either make sure the foul is good and hard, or you just keep your hands out. So, Siminkevicius with the chance to bring it back to single figures. Can't do so. And Brooks, another strong board. Lloyd. Oh, it was a good run by Davidson. Ignored by Lloyd. Thosby, catch, shoot. It's short. Purchase. Cleans up the boards.
The Tigers again with another chance to get this back to single figures.
Yeah, they're not going away, Melbourne, are they? Ballarat have had relative control of this match pretty much the whole way. Von Hoff steps in, can't hit the shot, doesn't matter anyway. Callum McDonald called for the moving pick. Good tell it. Jack Davidson, a large part of the reason why he struggled to have an impact since that first quarter has been Tash Chahal. Like, all credit to the young Tigers point guard. There we go, we see a bad pass from Brooks.
But again, like you said,
Simonkevich just loses it.
that pressure on that Taj is putting on Davidson just did not allow him that clean possession and result in a turnover.
Gives him no space. He's making him work the whole 94 feet. Lots and lots of credit to the Tigers number one. And again, Chahal matching up with Davidson the length of the floor. Davidson choosing to go and work off ball. Here he is now. That's a tough shot.
That is a magnificent shot.
And you know what? That was good defense. That was not bad defense by any means. That's just a good shot. And sometimes that happens. You can play it perfectly and it still just doesn't work for you. Chahal against the quicker Rudolph. Scores. .11 game, 6:45 to play. Davidson launches from a long way out over Von Hoff. Rudolph again in the right position, brings it down, lays it in. 20 points to Tyler Rudolph.
Three Tigers defenders there waiting for that rebound that fell right into Ballarat Miners' lap.
It's good D from Davidson on Chahal there. Oh, Jake Lloyd got the hand in. Rudolph can't do anything to prevent Simonkevich from laying that up. He's up to 8 points. Oh my, Thosby wide open. That's his fifth three. Adam Thosby up to 19. 5 threes for the lefty. Purchase looks to answer, can't do so. Davidson cleans up. Here we go. Thosby straight down to that corner again. Loves those spots. Here's Lloyd. Yeah, they're playing Thosby much tighter now. Rudolph burns Simonkevich's little fadeaway. It's well long. Oh, Purchase got a little lucky there. Had the rebound and dropped it onto the shoulder of Nick Kozoglu. Lloyd takes a seat for Ballarat. Max Cody back in. Michael Wern and Bolt back come in for Melbourne. Simonkevich has 2 good minutes in, and Von Hoff both take a seat.
A couple of timely baskets there for Ballarat, Jared, really giving them that little bit of extra breathing room that had started to disappear here.
Yeah, Purchase. Follows his shot, can't miss. You'd think for all money the second one of those would have gone down. This will be an interesting matchup. Chahal's moves off the ball. He's probably exhausted from following Davidson all around, and the athletic bowl back has now got the job on Davidson. Cody finds Rudolph. Mid-range Jay's good. And Jack Purchase, his shoulders just dropped then. He shot that over Jack Purchase. As soon as that went in, his shoulders just dropped. That's not a good sign for the Tigers, as this game has suddenly stretched out to 17 points, 79-62, with just a tick under 5 minutes to play in the fourth term. Rudolph up to 22 for Ballarat's number 22, and perhaps the quietest 22 points you'd see.
Yeah, well, that last 2 points scored just there. He was down near the baseline and cut his way there to the free throw line, seemingly uncontested for a turnaround jumper.
There's been no, outside of perhaps that that one play in the second quarter where he caught, I think it was a Max Cody pass off the cut, lost the ball on the way up and adjusted to reverse it with his left hand. I think every single Tyler Rudolph bucket has been short jumpers, open mid-ranges, or offensive rebounds. It's just been, it's the dirty work. He's just getting the dirty work done.
Exactly, as you say, very unassuming, no fancy work involved, just get in, get it done.
Yeah, this is my job and I'm doing my job. That's been very impressive. So he and Purchase with 19 apiece, the second leading scorers. Thosby and Purchase with 19 apiece. Rudolph leading all scorers with 22. Here is Purchase. Pozoglu has been all over him in the second half. Wern drives. Got in the air, didn't know what to do with it. Chahal drives on Davidson. Good D. Tough shot, Taj Chahal. Almost got it to drop. And Cody just methodically brings that ball up. Picks it up when he probably shouldn't have. And Thosby splits the double. Davidson now steps into the three. Drops that one. That's his fourth three on the evening, and he's up to 18. Foul there on Cody as Mason Gaze tried to push the pace.
So Davidson up to 18 points, as is the lead for the Miners. With 4 minutes left, do you think there is anything that Melbourne is able to do at this point?
Not with their three-point shooting the way it is. That said, Mason Gaze can get hot. Jack Purchase is a wonderful shooter. Michael Wern is... lovely pass from Wern to Purchase. That was surely offensive basket interference.
That ball clearly in the cylinder.
I would have thought so.
On the rim.
And there's Salt into the wound with Davidson in the three at the other end. 21 now, ball back wide open in the corner. That's an air ball. Davidson does enough to eventually reel it in.
I was just about to say that for Melbourne to be able to do anything here, they were going to really need to get a couple of stops up at the other end, but that three-point shot by the Miners there seemingly just put an end to what remote chance there was of a victory.
Oh, Pozoglu! My goodness! Out of nowhere, Nick Pozoglu! He almost Vince Carter that. He almost put his elbow in the rim. Mason Gaze with the three at the other end, but wow!
Unbelievable putback.
That was phenomenal. That was phenomenal. Oh my God! We've got a big screen here at Selkirk Stadium, and it's not connected up to the vision that you guys see at home. I really wish it was right then, just so we could see that again. That was incredible.
His head was at basket height.
We've got 2 minutes and 59 seconds of this game left, Paul. Do you think we could just spend it talking about that dunk? That was ridiculous.
I want to replay on the big screen.
Oh my God. Look, Pozoglu's capable of those, but I didn't think he was capable of that. That was incredible. Cody misses the three. Rudolph dives out of bounds. I think that'll be his last action. Jordan Lingard checking back in. 20-point game, 85-65. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to play. Luke Van Ryn in for Melbourne as well. Pozoglu picks up the steal, hits Cody. Davidson wide open, can't hit it. Pozoglu did well against Bradbury. He almost got position for the rebound, but Lingard ended up hooking it out of bounds. Apologises to his teammate. The crowd chanting for 17-year-old centre Riley Dunn to come in. Good defence, Lingard on Wern. Pozoglu skies again. Feel like he's got a lot of those rebounds. Again, we can't tell you how many because our NBL 1 accredited stats machine died at halftime.
But I do believe after that putback dunk and a couple of rebounds I've seen here tonight, that young lady's got springs in his feet.
Oh no, Pozoglu can climb. He's probably not quite the leaper he was, 5 years ago. But that just shows you what he was 5 years ago. But that dunk was ridiculous. Here's Lingard, hand off to Cody. He'll get to the bucket. Oh, looks the pass. Bradbury read that really well. Seemed to know, ball back. Look at the speed on him. It's a good reach by Lloyd in the end, but back was just burning people then. Super fast, a 23-year-old. Good screen by Van Ryn. This Reece Bray has checked into the game as well. Here he is on the ball. Gaze, catch, shoot. Oh, that was a brick. Didn't look like he had his body set at all there. Dunmore, good defence, Bray.
It really has to be an offensive foul.
Yeah,
as it is.
Every day of the week, twice on Sundays. Dunmore got a little fixated on the rim then.
Let's put those voices to good use.
Good brave defence from Reece Bray. A minute 40 to play. The Miners maintaining a 20-point game. The backdoor, wow! Gaze almost with the highlight play of his own. But again, it's that backdoor play. It was a nice pass from Bray, but...
And a very frustrated and animated Andrew Gaze walks over the sidelines, sits down, hands on his head.
I think he was just thinking, wow, I could never do that. That was almost a huge dunk from Mason Gaze. Good trap from Lingard on the screen. Fosby plays it well. Lloyd with the pick. The two number 10s go at it. Gaze gives up. Lloyd lays it in. And with a minute 15 to play, Paul Rogers, I think we can call this one done. 87-65. Oh, big push off from Bradbury, not called. Van Ryn hits the three. And the crowd go nuts. All the kids here in Ballarat love big Riley Dunn. Checks in for Adam Fosby. It's his first minutes as a pro. The kids over in the southern stand, they're going absolutely ape.
He's got his own personal squad up there.
Here is the big man on the floor. Dunmore, catch, shoot, can't hit the three. Bradbury sends Gaze on his way. Oh, ball back, had that. Spends it before he caught it. So, looking for Dunn on the roll. Oh, Lloyd, he was out of control the whole way there. How he managed to keep that, I don't know. In the end, does good work to kiss it off the glass. And the lead, 31 points. Van Ryn, really good shooter. Can't hit that time. So we're inside the shot clock here. Dunmore goes to the hoop, lays it in. It's the foul. Lovely move from Dunmore. I think the crowd was hoping for the kick out to Dunn in the corner.
Yeah, that would have been I think the roof would have come off the place if they had have done that and he had have made the basket.
Come on, Zach.
I actually thought that...
give the people what they want.
We would have just seen them dribble the clock out, but ends up with an and one at the line.
No problem there for Dunmore. Very, very good shooter. He's great. Last few seconds. Gaze will launch from deep. Still 0 for on the night from three from Mason Gaze. And that will do it. The Ballarat Miners pick up a big win on opening night. 92-68. A comfortable 24-point win in the end, Paul.
Yeah, well, a very convincing win. Unfortunately for Melbourne, their long shots not anywhere near the mark tonight. Only making 3 or 4 pointers tonight.
And one of those in garbage time.
That's right, and that clearly, what that does is then puts a lot of pressure on the team to be making everything else. And when Ballarat gets out to that early start, with all the shooting from outside, it just gets the Tigers' defence. They don't know whether to play off their man, play on their man, and it just causes that uncertainty, which results in a lot more openings.
Yeah. Well, usually we would run through the stats here. We can't run through too many. We've got the scores up on the individual scores up on the stadium scoreboard here. So Tyler Randolph had 22 to lead all comers. Jack Davidson with a little flourish at the end to get to 20. Adam Fosby with 19, including those 5 threes. Jack Purchase faded late, but was really good for 3 quarters for Melbourne with 19 points. Mason Gaze with 13 of his own. Nick Pozzoglu only 6 points, but 2 of the most exciting points we might see this entire year.
Very first thing I do when I get home and get online is I'm going to be jumping back and see if I can actually find a video of that somewhere, because that was by far one of the most spectacular dunks that I've seen in person.
So the person who's running the NBL 1 socials, if that dunk isn't on there, I might quit. Like that is one of the most exciting plays I've ever seen in 40 years of watching and playing and coaching and administrating basketball. That was incredible. So generally, we rely on our stats a little bit for this, but this is purely about the eye test. Paul Rogers, before we wrap it all up, who's your player of the game?
Well, I would like to say, even though he didn't score a lot of points, I think that Max Cody, in my eyes, played a very, very good game. It is tough because, like you say, I think we had Tyler Rudolph, the quiet achiever. Had a very big contribution, but in no flashy way. Not to take anything away from it. But just, for me sitting up here, I was very impressed with Max Cody's ability to run the game, to find the player, and when he had to actually score almost against his own desire to do so.
Yeah, it was almost like the last option for him, wasn't it?
What about yourself, Joe?
Look, I would probably say Tyler Rudolph. I'm leaning towards Thosby, maybe even Pozzoglu for that defence in the second half on Purchase, who was threatening to get Melbourne back into it. But I think Tyler Rudolph he was almost metronomic. Every time Ballarat needed something to happen, there was a good defensive play, a closeout, a box out, a heavy screen, an offensive board and a layup. But Tyler Rudolph he seemed to find something every time Melbourne closed. He seemed to be the one that put an end to a run. And that's just as important as being the one to cap a run at the other end, to take the momentum away from the other team.
Yeah.
In a tight field, I would say Rudolph, but again, you could name probably 4 Ballarat players. This was actually quite a balanced performance.
And that's what I was just about to say there as we finish up, was that you can pick highlights where many of the players on the Miners team actually contributed when the Tigers started to make a run and sort of pegged that back to getting close to single figures. There was always somebody that jumped up, made a defensive play, got a key rebound, made a nice assist, or even in a couple of instances there made some baskets that were quite tough and well defended by the Tigers.
Absolutely. Well, I think on that note, that will do it from Selkirk Stadium in Ballarat for this evening. A double header and a double win for the Ballarat Miners over the Melbourne Tigers by, I believe it was 24 points for the men's and 23 for the women. Again, we don't have our stats in front of us, so we're having to go off memory.
And I challenge anybody to argue with us.
And Greg Jeffers, Chief of NBL 1 South, if you're listening, get the IT guys on the phone, please. For Paul Rogers, my name is Jared Prosser, and we will see you back here at Selkirk Stadium on Thursday night for the grudge match between the old rivals, the Ballarat Miners and the Bendigo Braves.